Blacks in Technology.
Blacks in technology. Blacks in technology. Blacks in technology. Blacks in technology. Blacks in technology.
Welcome everybody to the 24th. Oh, this is the 25th. I don't even know what episode we're on. I think it's the 24th episode of the Blacks in Technology audio podcast. I'm your tech host for this evening, Greg Greenlee, owner and founder of the Blacks in Technology website. You can check us out at www.blacksintechnology.net. You can also follow us on Twitter as Black in Technology. That's BLKTECHNOLOGY. You can also check us out on Facebook as well. And you can check us out on LinkedIn under Blacks in Technology. And tonight we have a couple of guests. We have Blair and Noel from Blosme Software, and we're going to talk to them about a little bit about their tech backgrounds, how they got into technology and programming, and we're also going to talk about some of their current and future ventures. So we definitely want to welcome Blair and Noel to the show. Thanks, guys, for taking time out of your busy evening to join me.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, it's nice to be back on, man. Really appreciate it.
No problem, man. Blair, if anybody has listened to any of the previous podcasts, he was actually on one of the earlier episodes of Blacks in Technology podcast, and he's been doing some great things, and I thought it'd be great to get him back on here to talk about some of the things he's been doing. So, what's been going on, guys? You guys look like you've been busy. I checked out the crazygoodfoodtv.com, and it looks like that site is really taking off.
Yeah, we're trying to get it to take off a little bit more. We kind of in the middle of a business transition. We're switching stream partners for the 5th season, which starts January 30th. So if any of you like cooking shows, food shows, January 30th, new shows. So
excellent. Now let's take it back a little bit. Let's talk about each one of your backgrounds in technology and exactly what you do in technology. We'll start with you, Blair, and then we'll go to Noel.
Well, I've got about 15, 16 years in the industry. Graduated from Bowling Green State University in Bowling Green, Ohio. Bachelor of Arts in Computer Science and Business Administration, and I started in Columbus, Ohio at the Check Free Corporation, Programming in Progress. And just over the years, just working at some startup companies, Fortune 500 companies, in the, working in the Microsoft arena, a little bit of Java, and, some Rails, just a lot of different programming languages. And we got to the point where, I was able to lead teams and... Okay, sorry about that. I was able to lead the teams on architecture or management, and where we're at today.
Okay. How about you, Noel?
Well, this is Noel. When I first started programming, I really didn't know much about it. I'm a business major, and as part of our business courses, we were forced to take a programming class, and that's how I fell in love with being able to program something and help people out. And from then on, I never looked back. I actually have my degree at Global Business Management over at ASU, and right now I am a software engineer for a banking institution.
Okay. So did you two guys meet in Arizona, I'm guessing?
Oh, yeah. We've worked together at a couple of different companies. And Noel's trying to be a little modest. He's not just a programmer. He's a great designer as well. So.
Okay. Now that you mentioned that, what tell us, for the audience, some of the audience who might not know what the difference is between a designer and a programmer.
I think I can answer that one since I have both of my minds exercising both of those ends. Basically, the difference between a designer and a programmer is there's a lot of differences. Obviously, as a designer, you're responsible for the front-end UI, how your customers are able to see and view you and be able to use your application. You have to have that mindset and be able to set apart from other programmers and sit in a position where you think you're going to be the users, how you can interpret that the best way you can without hindering their way of using your app. As a programmer, you have to switch your head around and be logical about what is the best way for you to tackle a specific problem, what is the quickest and fastest way for you to deliver a piece of code such that it's efficient and it's flexible and scalable in a way that it doesn't hinder your way of making money by expanding out the code base that you're working on.
Okay, that's a really good explanation for people out there who might actually be looking in careers in either one of them.
You mind if I drop something else in on what he said?
Oh, go ahead, definitely.
Yeah, one thing I really wanted to share is, like I said, I've been doing this a long time. I've seen programmers, architects, enterprise architects, designers. I've seen them all. But there is a similarity between great programmers and great designers. And basically the similarity is that it's all an art form. If you look at it as a form of creation, you're creating something either based off of a business need, based off of a social need, whatever it is that you're trying to implement. If you're able to kind of think outside the box from an architecture perspective or programming perspective or even a design perspective, that's the thing that takes you from being good to great in either one of these ventures. I mean, we all know there's a dozen programmers become a dime a dozen, and same with designers, but having the ability to think outside the box and understanding that there is a creative aspect to programming as well as designing. That separates the men from the boys, so to speak. So just wanted to add that in there.
Yeah, definitely. Because I in taking a look at your website, you can definitely tell how you have the mindset of both the designer and how both of you have the mindset of both the designer and the coder. Is there ever a time when I guess those two sides kind of conflict and kind of fight each other, or do they pretty much nail pretty well?
Honestly, I would say no, because we're both what you would call right and left brain people, and I can't design the way Noel does, but I know when something fits from a usability perspective. So I can't speak for him, but for me, it's we haven't really run into that, because I think we're both artistic people who happen to be in a technical field, if that makes sense. So.
What about you, Noel? Has there ever been a time where, and I'm talking about, within yourself, not between the two of you, but just within yourself where, the creative side, the designer side kind of fights the code, or do they both, mesh pretty well?
Actually, for me, what I'm going to say to that is they go hand in hand, because it allows you to foresee how the project is going to grow. So, for example, if you have a customer that's trying to figure out how to solve X, Y, and Z, So you can mock that up as much as you want with your design, but as a designer, you can also look for other opportunities where things will be helpful. So that's how sometimes you can flush out some of the best ideas for an app is through the design. So for me, typically in my experience, what I usually do is I do a mock-up real quick in design and say, you know what, is this what you're trying to tell me? And if this is something that you want, then I can code this. Otherwise, we can start looking into other things that may help you form a better idea of how this app should look like. Because at the end of the day, I'm touching code. I want to make sure that it's easy for me to transition into the design as well. So the design goes hand in hand. The design basically defines how your back end is going to be, and your back end is basically going to know, okay, these are the things that I need to supply to my design or to my front end, and I need to make sure that it's easy for it to get to that.
Gotcha. Yeah, that actually, yeah, definitely, because that actually answered, my next question, which was, what do you, as a designer and a coder, what do you usually start with? And you stated that, it's usually the design, you do a mock-up, and then you put the code behind it. Is it ever a time when it's reversed? Where you actually code and then you build the UI after you code?
Yeah, there's been a couple of times where we have to work on the back end. So basically, these are for the type of apps that we need to rewrite. So I'm sorry, I'm getting echo here.
Yeah, there seems to be. Hello?
Oh, good phone call. Hang on.
Okay. Nice.
So back to what I was saying is the majority of the time when we work on projects, we have to start from the back end as well. And with that, we know ahead of time what we're going to present to the client. So that's actually easier for us to design up front because we already know the business rules behind it.
Nice. Okay. So, I want to talk about a little bit about the language that you guys, or the languages that you guys use. I know that last time I talked to Blair, you guys are really into Ruby on Rails. Is that what you guys mainly use for designing most of your sites? And if so, why did you choose Ruby on Rails?
Well, we're proficient in C#, VB, and Rails. But Rails, we did choose before. We will be using it again in a couple of new applications that are coming up in the new year. It's lightweight development, model view controller, design pattern. But the biggest thing is, we still get all the advantages of using an object-oriented language with Ruby on Rails. I mean, you get a lot of people doing a lot of PHP and, all kinds of stuff. And there's nothing wrong with that. But, for us, it gives us a little bit more control and flexibility and a few more options as to what we can do programmatically. Because at the end of the day, it's like we have this great design, this user interface that we want to always try and keep simple for our users. So being able to extract some business functionality with an object-oriented design or language, allows us to push some of the complexity down a little bit, push it away from the client as much as we can. So,
gotcha. And is that what you guys use for? If I'm asking like too deep of a question here, as far as giving away too much, is that what you guys used for Crazy Food Networks? It was Crazy Good Food Networks. I'm sorry.
No, it's a .NET site. We have this thing where we always talk about, building software is like building a house. You have certain tools to do certain jobs, and for what we needed to do with that particular site and a couple of other sites that we have coming out here in the next couple of weeks, .NET was the best tool for us to use for that. So, So we made that decision that way. But there are a few other things that we're going to be doing in the coming year where Rails makes more sense for us, or Objective-C may make more sense for us, or Python may make more sense for us at that point.
Okay.
Or Node.js.
Oh, yeah. Or Node.js.
Or Node.js. Got you. Let me ask you guys this. Let's talk about your company, Blosme, and tell us, how the company came about, and also like some of the projects that you guys are working on. I know we mentioned Crazy Good Food TV, and so start off with with Blosme, what Blosme is, what it's about, and then go into some of the other projects.
Well, I'm going to get all artistic on you, man. Don't take it the wrong way, Matt. But, the name of Blosme, it's all about growth, you know what I mean? And, pretty much everything we do professionally and personally, we like to have the name personify who we are, you know what I mean? And the name means something. So for us, Blosme it's professional growth and personal growth, and what we like to call personal and professional freedom, so to speak. And we look at it as giving us an opportunity to get better at the craft, whether it's programming, whether it's design, whether it's learning new programming languages or whatever. There are a lot of changes.
There's an echo. I don't know where it's coming from, but it seems to whatever you were talking, Blair. Just
okay. Is it better now?
Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. Yeah, it's all about growth, man, and freedom for us. So that's really part of the reason why we started the company. And I mean, we started out with Techployer as a product, and it's just something to help people in the industry. Some people, people are unemployed, or people are looking for a new job, or what have you. It's like the goal is to provide some tools that are needed within the industry, as well as some other products. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, it's personal and professional growth for us, and hopefully some of the tools that we build or implement, can help someone else in the same manner.
Okay.
So that's really the point of it all.
Got you. Now, no, did I guess I should ask Blair first. Did you who came up with the idea for Blosme for starting a venture? Was it you, Blair, or was it kind of a group thing?
I think it was mutual.
I'm going to let Blair answer that.
I think it was mutual.
Okay.
The thing is, it's like, you're working at a job, and the job is great, but you can only learn so many things at that job, if that makes sense. You may want to learn a new programming language or use any different technology, and you're not always given that opportunity to do that. And both of us are, we want to get better at whatever it is that we're doing. There's a lot of really cool stuff going on in the industry right now, and we wanted to kind of get in with it, if that makes sense. Just kind of get an opportunity to work with some of these different frameworks, and so we decided to do something. But again, we do have a business goal for what we're doing, and of course, we want to be financially solvent, but also provide, some useful software out there. I mean, there's a ton of software out there, but we're not trying to grow to be Google or Microsoft, but just something where, provides us some flexibility and freedom and the ability to grow and do different things professionally and personally. So.
Yeah, gotcha. So, no, when you guys came up with this idea together, I mean, were you thinking, because right now it seems I don't no pun intended, but it seems to be actually blossoming into something bigger. Is this what you expected it to be? Like when you guys first came up with the idea to start this the software development company, was this something that you envisioned or how it was going to go? Or
for me, just being able to help people out was my first goal. I mean, I wanted to get myself out there because I know I have a lot of skills to offer, and the things that I'm doing at work wasn't really meeting it for me. I'm a talented individual, so I didn't want to limit myself to anything that I'm doing during the day. So I wanted to expand beyond that, and the only way for me to do that is to go through this venture, and this venture basically provided us a playground to be able to express ourselves freely to the things that we wanted to do. As far as the success that came along with it, it's basically just what we're trying to be out there for. I mean, like what Blair said, we're not trying to be big like Microsoft. We just want to make sure at the end of the day that we're able to help people out and help them find solutions for the problems that they currently have.
That's huge, because not only are you guys passionate about your art form, which is programming and developing, but you also have a social aspect, a socially conscious aspect to that as well, which makes what you guys are doing even that much more incredible. So definitely big up to both of you guys for what for the work that you're doing. Now, how did Crazy Good Food TV come about?
Well, it actually started with my wife. It's my wife's company. My wife is she's an amazing cook.
Okay.
But she's also she works during the day. You know what I mean? She's at a Canadian business.
Okay.
And she's been doing what she's doing for 18, 19 years.
Wow. Okay.
And we happened to be sitting around the kitchen table one day, and she goes, I just would really like to do something different. I need to have some more fun in my life doing something that I really enjoy, which is cooking. So she entered a Paula Deen cooking contest, and she didn't make the finals, but one of her videos is one of the highest viewed videos on the website. And
wow.
She's like, I don't know what I want to do with this, but I want to continue cooking. And I was like, well, why don't you blog? She's like, I don't want to do that. It's like, well, what do you think you want to do? She's like, I want to have my own show, but I don't want to try and get on the Food Network, and I don't want to just have some YouTube videos. I want to do something that allows other people, because she met a ton of people through the Paula Deen contest. There are all these people, lawyers, CEOs of companies, all these people that they really wanted to do something in this vein. And so I was like, well, why don't you start a network? And then we talked about it for a couple weeks. Yeah. But, we worked out all the logistics, and, it's worked out good. I mean, the first year we were using a streaming partner out of California. And it was primarily to kind of get information out there about the network. And I think there's, I don't know how many hosts are on the show, on the network now, probably like 6 or 7 maybe. But we probably get 20 requests a week, for shows. And so people are are producing their own shows. We have people that we spoke with back in March who are going to have their programs ready for the upcoming season. So the new season, the business model is going to change so that we can actually have an easier time of bringing in revenue for it. So that's kind of what we're doing now. We're switching streaming partners, and just to make it a little bit easier on the management of it, and to give us the ability to get even more viewership. But I know I'm giving you a long-winded answer, but it pretty much started around the kitchen table. With I really want to be able to do this, and we've met so many people from around the world. I mean, all over Europe, the Asia Pacific region, India, everywhere, and Australia.
Wow!
And just about every state in this country, we have probably received requests for programs, and so we're trying to slowly add the number of people to the network. Not slowly, but just kind of a moderate growth.
Gotcha.
But our viewership is increasing, and we're getting a little bit of attention in the food industry, and we're just trying to grow the thing. You know what I mean? But it's been fun.
Good.
It's been fun. It's been one of the most fun things I've ever done.
Really?
Yes.
So this is an online cooking network. Is that a good way to describe it?
Yeah, it's so I hate to use the Food Network, but basically we're doing the Food Network online, but with regular people. Not everyone has an opportunity to get on the Food Network, but there are lots of talented people out there, and regardless of where you live, what you do, I mean, you could film yourself making dinner for your family, or shopping at the grocery store, any kind of deal like that, anything that has anything to do with food, or interviewing chefs in your city. It's just something fun and different, but it gives people an opportunity to, number one, showcase their skills. But what we found is a lot of the people who are part of the network or who are trying to get on the network, this is a love and a passion of theirs. We're passionate about what we do as far as software is concerned. These are people that are passionate about cooking, but they're not actually working in the industry. Or they're passionate about food, but they're not working in the industry. And, the people are so happy. They feel like they have an outlet, And so it's great. It's been a lot of fun, man. It's been a lot of fun.
That's great. Now, Noel, tell us, real quick, Blair. That's excellent. We actually, I'm actually part of a group here called the Masterminds Group, and it's a group that takes leverages the expertise of the people that are involved in order to help us kind of grow what we consider our part-time business. So it's like we work full-time and we have our part-time business, and it sounds like that's what you're giving these people who are passionate about cooking an outlet to be able to do, is have like a part-time love, a part-time passion, a part-time business to be able to do the things that they're really interesting.
Or as my dad would say, a side hustle.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. So, no, tell us a little bit, because putting together basically an online television network sounds complicated. What does it take on the technology side to be able to pull something like this off, as far as getting the videos from the people, being able to upload them and view and have them viewed on the site?
So as far as I'm concerned, there's a couple of processes that are involved, and I think Blair will be able to answer that. He's a lot more intimate about that part of it, as I've been focusing on the UI part of our Crazy Good Food.
Okay, and we'll get back to that as well.
Okay. You want me to answer that, or? Okay. it's a lot of work. I mean, from the software perspective, you got to worry about bandwidth because there's a lot of streaming of videos going on, and the logistics of getting all the videos from the people and editing them. I mean, we partner with another company that like a videography company or a production company, if you will. They film some of the episodes and they edit some of the episodes. We also get video from people, like I said, in different states and different countries, and getting all of that video, teaching all of those non-technical people how to FTP files up to a server, and and then taking notes and direction for how they want the video to come out, and then editing it into something that that makes sense to a viewer. I mean, there's a lot that goes into that part of it, and fortunately, I've had the opportunity to be a part of that only because I kind of have it's not we handle all the technical stuff for the company, but some of the business stuff it's come my way because it's in my house, so to speak. So I have to help out with some of that stuff, and but I can tell you, man, it is. I'm at a loss for words, but it's really like it's a logistics nightmare. You know what I mean? But if you're persistent about doing it and you're a decent project manager, you can bring it all together. And fortunately, by the grace of God, we've been able to do it, and like I said, it has been a lot of fun, and we work in technology, and a lot of people don't associate technology with being fun, but for anything professional, technical, this has probably been the most fun thing I have ever done by far.
Wow.
So
that's amazing. That's amazing. Now, tell us from a UI perspective, what obstacles have you had, to go around or jump over or whatever in order to bring about the look and feel for Crazy Good Food?
Initially, the obstacles that we've had is we didn't have a lot of resources to go off of. By resources, I'm talking about images that would convey what Crazy Good Food is about, images that would convey who our chefs are on the site or who's cooking. The first iteration of the site, and if you guys go to the Wayback Time Machine, I forget the site, it looks completely different to how it is now. The reason being is at that point we completely, or for me on my end at least, I didn't completely get the picture of how this website would serve as a vehicle for this network. And then it came about as soon as we started to get these calls. People are wanting their shows, and then it just clicked. I'm like, okay, it's not about us. It's not about the network per se. It's about the people that's on that. So we need to be able to convey a message that this is for folks out there that are passionate about cooking. So how do we go about that? Well, we need to be able to design a UI that reflects that. So as you go onto the home page, you'll see that our chefs are featured full front and centered. As soon as you get on the page, you'll get to see who they are and what they're about as far as just looking at their image. Image says 1,000 words. So that was the main focal point for the design, is always making sure that we're focusing on who we're providing this stuff for, which is our hosts and our viewers, to get them to know who these guys are just by looking at their pictures. So that was the focal point of it, and making sure that when they dive deeper into the site, it's easier for them to consume the content without being absorbed by other things that are non-essential to what they're trying to accomplish. So it's always going back to making sure that we're helping people getting things done without the fluff. So we want to make sure that they're accomplishing something that they want to accomplish as soon as they get to the site.
You know, and to dovetail on what he just said, just recently we added one of the host pictures to the site, Miss Kathleen Henderson from Spicewood, Texas. Really cool lady, amazing person. Once we let her know it was out there, she goes, wow, you know, I feel like I'm a part of the gang again, you know, and and I mean, I know it sounds really funny and kind of cliched, but what Noel is saying is it's absolutely correct. It's really about these people, and a lot of the emails that come in from a lot of people who want their shows or just people giving us feedback. I mean, these people are like semi-celebrities in the cooking world, you know what I mean? And just because of their personalities and their passion for food and cooking, and I mean, that's what it's about. And they're getting all of the feedback from people from all over the world, you know what I mean? And
wow,
it's been it's been a little surprising, but it's been good, you know what I mean? So the Noel hit it right on the head. It's about them and it's about the food, you know.
That's really interesting that you said. I mean, because it's I when I started the Blosme Technology site, and you know, I don't have my picture up there or anything like that, but just having something like that and having people recognize it and give praise to it. You know, I've had a lot of people come to me and say, "Hey, man, you're really creating something huge. I like what you're doing," and you know, just acknowledging, you know, its presence is huge. So I can, you know, just imagine, you know, these people that are, you know, getting worldwide attention, you know, for something that they love, something that they do and are passionate about, and then on top of that, they have their image, you know, on the website. You know, I can't, you know, I even imagine how they feel about that. That's got to be a great feeling. So yeah. So let's talk about. I know what I want to ask you about. So, being that you have all these videos being uploaded and things like that, what are you guys also involved on the infrastructure side of it as well, or is that something that's outsourced to like a data center where you guys house your equipment at, and they have to worry about, you know, all the storage, you know, and the servers and things like that? Or are you guys kind of hands-on with that as well, or?
Well, right now we're not. We're actually, excuse me. We're partnered with a video streaming company.
Okay.
I was just talking to someone today about this. That someone else is trying to sell us a video platform, and basically we're saying, look, you know, you're the experts in this. You know, we're not experts in streaming video. There's, you know, I've learned a whole lot about streaming in the last year. I never saw it in my entire life. I know what I know, and it's probably more than most people would ever want to know, but it's only scratching the surface. So I can't put up a data center large enough to manage the amount of bandwidth I know we're using. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you know, we would never get anything else done if we didn't partner with anyone else. But at the same time, I look at the companies we've used. It's like, you know, we've brought some attention to what they're doing professionally as well. So it's like it's like the old adage, you know, it takes a village. You know what I mean? So it's you know, it's helped us. It's helped some of the streaming companies we've used, and we'll continue to do that. I think we found a golden streaming partner right now that, you know, everything that I could have ever dreamed of as far as management of the content is it's just sitting right in front of us. So, so at the end of the day, let people who are experts, utilize them. You know what I mean? I don't know anything about building servers and cloud infrastructure and all that. I know what it is and understand the purpose of it and all of that, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Don't put me in that. Don't put me in that room because I'm going to screw up some stuff. and most people who know me, I don't want to make an ass out of myself at any time, but definitely not professionally. So.
Yeah.
We definitely believe in a simple approach, and that was one of the simplest way to be able to get something accomplished.
Gotcha. So you say you used what language did you use for this? You said .NET?
Yeah, we used C#, jQuery.
Gotcha. If you could, briefly tell us about the methodology used in coming up with how you were going to actually, take the content, take the video, and present it in the format that you have, for the users, for the viewers out there. What was that process like, and what did you guys go through in order to come up with the best actual way to do that?
Well, at the heart of what we do, we're an agile software development organization where, at a high level you have an idea of what you want, but you don't really understand what you really need and how it ties into what you want unless you do a little bit at a time. We knew at a bare minimum, we wanted to show these videos, we wanted to show the recipes on the site, we wanted to have people look at what the show is about for whatever, you know what I mean? So that's pretty much where we start, and then it's just prioritizing these things, and then it's almost like you do this constant discovery over these high level features, and we start driving down into what this feature means, and then we build clients because we want to convey how a user is supposed to see something or interact with something, and then we allow that to kind of tell us how to build the back end and also design the database at that point. And this is how our middleware is even supposed to work. So, Scott's still police, so sorry about that. Sorry about that. So, we're in a constant, it's kind of hard to kind of describe this, but it's constant discovery and implementation and testing. Discovery, implementation, and testing. So we just keep doing that over and over and over again until we get to something that makes sense for us to deliver. And then after we deliver the first release of this website, it was functional and it got us out there. But Noel sat back and he's like, man, this can be something better. It's like we've got an initial version out, and then it's we refactor to something else because we've learned more over the year based on the usage from all of our viewers and some of the things that they requested, and so it's kind of a constant process of discovery, implementation, testing, and to consistently iterate to something that works for your viewers, but also works for us maintaining the site and also adding new features, as well as the people who kind of manage all the content on the site, putting in the recipes and images and all that jazz. So,
gotcha. It's a pretty good breakdown on how you guys go about, coming up with with something that's that's viewable for the users. Let's get into some of your future, what you have upcoming, some of the future projects that you guys are working on and going to be releasing. So, hey, Noel, can you kind of elaborate on what you guys are working on?
So a couple of things right now we're looking to release at the end of this year is we have our zip code services. Basically allows you to find out areas or zip codes in cities or areas, and give you a lot of information about the proximity of where a specific zip code is, what's around there, and a lot of other metadata. And also, we're currently finishing out Ad Flipper, and that right there has been used a while back. This was Blair's baby, and we're spinning it up again because there's a current need out there, and it's going to be out pretty soon here. And the coming year, we have something big that we're planning for right now, and we're pretty excited about because it uses a lot of new technologies that would allow us to expand out as an organization and allow us to flex our muscles a little bit in the industry as we implement something. I can't really speak more in detail about that, so I'm going to pass the ball to Blair and let's see what he has to fill in.
Okay.
Well, I'll talk about the zip code services first. It's really affordable geo-location data for the United States and Canada. Latitude, longitude, zip code. There's a big need out there for people to easily get to city data, state data, all of this stuff. You may need to know the distance between two addresses or 2 points on a map, or you may need to know, what zip codes are in a 25-mile radius of my zip code, or what businesses are in a 25-mile radius of my zip code, or what restaurants are in a 25-mile radius of my zip code, all the way down to different types of businesses. So that data is fairly expensive for people to use and consume. So we just wanted to, provide an affordable option for, startups or other businesses out there. It doesn't matter the size, for them to, have access to that data. And it's something that we're going to use in other projects that we're working on. So, we were building this anyway, so, why not make it available to other people for a reasonable price, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
So, and then there's Ad Flipper. This is, like Noel alluded to, I used to have another startup years ago, and we had this product out there, and it was just before it was just a way to an easy, quick and dirty way for people to get some ads on the internet, and it did really well. And then I got to the point where I shut that company down because it was primarily a website. We primarily developed websites for customers, and that just got to be too painful. People who do that, they understand what I mean. So I just shut everything down, and but this year I've been thinking about this project again, and like, man, there's so much time that's elapsed between then and now. It's like, we can add these features onto this and these features onto this, and yada yada yada. So now it's actually morphed into an affordable ad network for people who have trouble getting, internet advertising. A lot of people can't afford to spend, $20,000 or $1,000 a month for an ad on a website, which is ridiculous in my opinion. But so we're offering that at a really reduced rate. But what's even better is these ads are going to be search engine optimized ads, and you don't really hear about that too much, and I don't think it's been done. If it has been, somebody send a note through our website and let me know. But it's just it's another way to get qualified links to your site, and if content on this site is part of your ad, that's all search engine optimized for, pointing people towards your ad over the internet. We give you a few pointers on how to write your information because it's I don't want to give too much information about it. We're going to be deploying it pretty soon, but you create an account and you purchase an ad, and then they're digital ads or image ads and like digital business cards, so to speak. But then you can write content around that ad that will make it easier for people to find you on the internet. And it's also an ad network where we will have partner sites. People can apply to become a partner site, and we'll give them a plug-in to start sharing the ad on their website, and we'll share some of the revenue with them.
Nice.
That we receive from the ads. It'll be about 10% of what we make will go to the partners, and which isn't a bad deal. And but it's an affordable option for people to purchase some internet advertising, and those ads will also be served on all of our projects going forward. And the other thing that Noel alluded to, it's going to be a really big thing, and we will probably be needing your help, you and Ronnie's help. So.
Oh yeah.
For some of it, there'd be a lot of cloud-based stuff, and
gotcha.
So
definitely.
It's going to be really cool stuff, and we're going to have a couple of iPad apps that come out next year as well. So
nice.
And then after that, but then we're going to do an online movie theater.
Really?
Yeah. I sent you an email not too long ago about some filmmakers because I've been running into a lot of people asking for something. So we're going to try and work this out. There's like a legal hurdle that you gotta get through. So we're kind of working it out, but that's kind of where we're going. You know what I mean? The movies are going to play at 1, 3, 5, 7, whatever. You go online and you purchase your ticket, and your movie starts. There you go.
That sounds very exciting.
Yeah.
That sounds real exciting. Yeah. I can't wait to check all these apps out, man, when they come out. So, yeah, definitely. Well, guys, I definitely want to thank you guys for hanging out with us on the show tonight, telling us about what you guys are doing and some of the upcoming products and services that you guys have to offer. Definitely.
Hey, thanks for.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I just wanted to say thanks for having us on again, man. We really appreciate it, and I just want to say, man, I'm really appreciative of the relationship because it's we're building a relationship together between our two organizations, and I think it's awesome. And that's what your website is all about, Blacks in Technology. For me, it's just anybody in technology, and as Soledad O'Brien's TV show or CNN special alluded to, it's like, there isn't a whole lot of togetherness in this industry for a lot of people, but you're providing a vehicle, and at the end of the day, you do things that you're led to do, and whether you're looking for funding or not. Things will work out. It's all about community, and as a community, you get further than as an individual. And to me, that's what it's all about. Collaboration. Noel and I completely believe in this collaboration. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to touch on the point you were saying about being led to do something. And it's funny that you say that because every time when I first started the site, to me it was more about, and it's still that way. It's more about the cause than anything. And over the time period since the site's been up, and I've talked to some people, and they kind of look at it or take it as as a business, and they'll actually approach me about it as it's a business. And at first I kind of, not that I drew back from it. It was just kind of like, well, I never really thought about that because I never really thought about this as a business at all. This thing was more of something that's a passion of mine, or something that I felt needed to be done, and I felt had to be done, and that's why I started it. And so, even as I go on, with Blacks in Technology, and I look towards the future, and I hear advice from people, and people tell me about this, and like, hey, are you doing this? This is a business, and it always takes me aback because I'm just like, well, I never thought about that because I never thought about this as a business. It was more of a passion of mine and something that I felt I was kind of called to do. So it's just funny that you mentioned that.
That's being agile right there.
What's that?
Say that again.
I said now that's being agile right there. How you cycle up, you iterate over the successes that you have, you get user feedback and apply what you learn from those feedback and provide through your creativity with your website. So you're always striving to be better based on the feedback that you're getting and based on the needs that's always there for you.
Yeah, definitely. Well, guys, I want to thank you again for joining me tonight, and we'll definitely keep in contact and keep the collaboration and going. And I definitely want to wish you guys good luck on your future projects and on your present projects, man. You guys are doing some great things.
Well, thank you, sir. We thank you. Appreciate it, man.
No problem. Hey, and no, I definitely I want to apologize, man, because every time me and Blair we talked, or we corresponded through email, I always seem to leave you out, and it's not because no, forget about it. No, it's just when we first were introduced to each other, it was I was corresponding with Blair, and so it was just a thing of I was kind of just used to emailing him, and Blair, he was good at like, hey, I'm gonna invite Noel on this too, or put Noel in on this, and I'm just like, oh man, I keep forgetting Noel. So it wasn't a slight or anything like that.
To be here.
Yeah, definitely.
I thank you. I'm happy to be here, and Blair knows me, and I can pretty much pick up what you guys are doing. So I'm a quick learner.
Great.
I've been listening all this time.
Okay, great. So in the future, man, anytime I correspond, I'll definitely CC you in on it, man.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I appreciate that. And if there's any listeners out there that have any questions regarding the processes that we have, or would like me to further explain the processes that we use as far as developing code all the way up to the UI and how we come out about that, I'm more than happy to spend a little bit of time to talk about that. So thank you. Yeah,
definitely go. If you guys don't mind, real quick before we get out of here, go ahead and give the URLs of everything you guys are working on, and any way the listeners can get in contact with you if they need to.
Okay. You want to go ahead, Noel?
Go ahead. I'll add mine later.
Okay. So our corporate website is blosme.com. That's BLOSME.com. You're more than welcome to shoot us an email through the website, and we try to respond as quickly as we can. You could just send us a note to say hi. We will say hi back. CrazyGoodFoodTV.com. That's crazy with a K. We've also got techployer.com, TECHPLOYR.com. Even if you're not looking for a job right now, it's a great way to manage your resume online. If you're not a hiring manager, recruiter, or anything like that, it's totally free for you. And our new applications that are going to be coming out in the next couple of weeks, adflipper.com, ADFLITPR.com, and zipcodeservices.com. So,
excellent. And you can follow you on Twitter as well?
Oh, yes. We've been a little lax there lately, but we're probably going to expand that a little bit, but we'll also do a Blosme Google Plus, whatchamacallit.
Excellent. Excellent. Well, guys, once again, hey, let me know when you guys launch the new sites, man. I definitely want to give you guys some publicity on the site, and out on the Twitterverse as well. So definitely let me know.
Okay, we'll definitely do that, Greg. Thanks. We really appreciate it, man.
Hey, no problem, guys.
You'll get a lot of email from us now. All right, take it easy.
All right, take care, guys.
All right, take care, Greg. Thanks again.
All right, no problem.
Bye.
Blacks in Technology.
Blacks in Technology. Blacks in Technology. Blacks in Technology. Blacks in Technology. Blacks in Technology.